Russian President Vladimir Putin delivers a speech at the Glory to Defenders of the Fatherland concert held at the Luzhniki Stadium, Moscow, Russia. Vladimir Putin says Russia is fighting for historical land in Ukraine. "We have gathered here, in fact, for a festive event," Putin said. "Right now, I just heard from the highest military command. There is currently a battle going on our historical land, for our people," said Putin, who was flanked by Russian soldiers. Vladimir Putin praised the Russian troops currently fighting in Ukraine. "They fought heroically, bravely. We are proud of them. We are proud, so 3 cheers in their honor," said Putin. Vladimir Putin said that Russian troops have the support of the entire Russian people. The Russian government calls the war in Ukraine a special military operation to protect Russia's security, which it calls an existential confrontation with the West. Hundreds of Russians support the war in Ukraine. The Glory to Defenders of the Fatherland concert was held the day before the Defender of the Fatherland Day, which is commemorated today. "Defending our interests, our people, our culture, language and territory. Our whole nation is the defender of our motherland," Putin said, quoted by the Moscow Times. "I respect you all," he continued. After the Russian national anthem played, Vladimir Putin shook hands with military personnel on stage. "When we are together, no one can match us. For the unity of the Russian nation," said Putin, which was followed by similar chants in the stadium. More than 200,000 Russian citizens attended the event. Many carried the tricolor flag of Russia and applauded between performances and speeches, quoted from CNN International. Tens of thousands of people packed into Moscow's 81,000 capacity Luzhniki Stadium, waving Russia's white, blue and red flag. They listened to patriotic songs before Putin arrived on stage. The event featured performances by various pro-war singers, including Oleg Gazmanov. Additionally, a group of children were introduced by the concert host as rescued children from Mariupol on stage. "Thank you, Uncle Yura, for saving me, my sister and hundreds of thousands of children from Mariupol," said a nervous-looking girl before breaking down into tears. The concert was a performance commemorating Russia's struggle in Ukraine and was a pro-war event. In addition, an accordion ensemble is heard playing the song 333, which was written by the Russian troops fighting at this time. The song also plays on World War II nostalgia. Russia calls the current war the Great Patriotic War. At the Luzhniki Stadium, the Russian leader is also waging his war on Ukraine as a campaign to defend his family. President Vladimir Putin vowed to continue to increase non-nuclear forces ahead of the 1-year anniversary of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, which falls on February 24th. "As before, we will increase our attention to strengthening the nuclear triad," Putin said. In his speech, Putin explained that the nuclear triad in question was a military force consisting of intercontinental ballistic missiles, ICBM, as land-based attacks, ballistic missiles launched by submarines, SLBM, as sea attacks, and air attacks using strategic bomber missiles. Not only launching nuclear attacks, on this occasion Putin also revealed Russia's plans to increase the mass production of a number of hypersonic missiles, including the Kinzhal and Zircon, as well as the Sarmat intercontinental ballistic missile system, which is known as the weapon of death because it can carry a number of warheads in one trip. This ambition was recently voiced by Putin after the top leader in Russia announced the move to suspend participation in the New START nuclear arms control treaty. Based on the agreement, the two countries agreed to limit the number of possession of nuclear warheads to a maximum of 1,550 units to ensure global security. But the actions of the US and its allies, which continue to provoke confrontation by arming Ukraine, prompted Russia to suspend the agreement indefinitely. The Russian diplomat for the United Nations, Dmitry Polyansky, even called the US and the members of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, a war burner, for continuing to cross the red line in the Ukraine war. Before the US and NATO members waged a proxy war by supplying thousands of war arteries to Ukraine, the Kremlin had repeatedly warned the West to stop provoking Russia. However, this warning was ignored by the West. This reason made Putin ambitious to avenge the betrayal committed by NATO allies through the mass production of nuclear to hypersonic missiles, ahead of the 1-year anniversary of his country's invasion of Ukraine.